There's a giant cat in Iceland attacking people because they don't have new clothes for Christmas. Now, in a small village in Iceland, people were talking about this bad thing that would happen to you if you didn't have new clothes. Something about a giant cat that came looking for people who didn't have new clothes during Christmas. Now, John was a farm worker, and he didn't believe in these stupid kid stories. He couldn't believe his friends, who were grown adults, were actually going out of their way to make brand new clothes. He laughed in their faces. On Yule night, though, when John was walking home from a nice long night at the pub, he realized the village was too quiet, and he had this feeling that something was watching him. And when he turned around, he saw a giant cat or tiger with fur as white as snow and eyes that were glowing red, and it was looking right at him. John's heart skipped a beat. He suddenly remembered that he had no new clothes. The cat growled deeply, and he could feel it rumbling through him. John's friends were very confused why John, a man who would never go back on his beliefs, all of a sudden started frantically making new clothes every Christmas Eve. Of course, if you encountered the Yule cat, you would probably be on edge every Christmas too. The Yule cat, also known in Icelandic as the Jólakötturinn, is a mythical and large cat from Iceland's folklore. It's known for roaming the snowy landscapes during Christmas. Now, this cat's appearance isn't too much different from a regular cat, with the exception of it being gigantic with these large bright eyes, long sharp claws, and rough fur that blends in with the snowy winter. Now, according to these stories, the Yule cat has a very specific mission. It looks through the windows to find children who haven't received new clothes before Christmas, and then does something bad to them. You know, most of these stories aren't very specific. Now, this all comes from an old tradition where hardworking people got new clothes, but the lazy ones didn't. If it finds that you don't have new clothes, then you will be severely punished. Okay, well, maybe not severely, but, you know, how people are punished isn't always exactly known. Some people say it will eat you, others say it will just scare you, or others say it will just take you away. Now, where or what isn't always specified, but maybe it will take you to Grilla. Now, Grilla is this giant witch that lives in a cave, and, well, the Yule cat is normally considered to be Grilla's pet or companion. But if you want more information on Grilla, you should totally check out our video on her. And if you've made it this far into the video, please go ahead and press that like button, it really helps out, and if you want to know more about folklore from around the world, don't hesitate to subscribe. Now, in one story, there was a village where kids didn't get any new clothes because of a tough winter. And even though they were hard workers, the villagers were still scared because they knew the Yule cat was nearby and looking for someone without new clothes. But unlike traditional Western stories, this one doesn't really have a conclusion. It's really just there to be a moral lesson. Now, the Yule cat story really just exists to teach the importance of hard work and following traditions, or there could be consequences. It especially encourages children to respect their families and community traditions. Although part of me thinks that this story was just made up so that parents could have an excuse to give their kids clothes for Christmas. Oh, little Guthrum, look, we gave you these socks to make sure the giant cat doesn't eat you or take you to the giant woman that will make a stew out of you. Some of these old style traditions can be so fun.